You know, I was sitting here thinking, I remembered a story my grandpa told me when I was a little kid. He was a old country boy up in East Texas. He said he went down to a neighbor's farmhouse one day and he was in the living room and he looked up. There was a hole in the roof. He could look up and see sunshine and he could see where it had rained in and dried up, kind of a musty smell. He looked up and said, "Joe, why don't you fix this hole in your roof?" Joe said, "Well, it's only a problem when it rains." And it got me thinking, you know, every one of you watching this video, whether you believe it or not, doesn't matter, you all have a hole in your roof. Every one of you. Your churches, your offices, your homes, your classrooms, Sunday school class, your restaurants, your place of business, your office. You all have a hole in your roof. In the last 2.5 years, we had the worst typhoon thunderstorms that we've had since the Spanish typhoon of 1919. And water is pouring into all our indoor environments, and we started trying to figure out what to do about it. And we had employees in businesses that were getting soaked, and we had customers getting wet, and they were getting sick and complaining. So we decided one of the things we could do about it to keep the customers from, getting wet and catching pneumonia and colds and all this stuff is we just shut the businesses down. We just put the customers outside, and that way they wouldn't get wet, wouldn't be complaining. And that would have been a solution maybe, but every place they went when they weren't in the restaurant had a hole in the roof. They were getting wet. And it wasn't that good for business and profit. So, we thought, well, I know what we can do. We can have the employees, they'll get wet going past the hole, but they could take food out and deliver it to people. And that was fine, but there was a lot more cost involved in that. And the employees got to complaining. They were getting wet and they were getting sick. And so finally the Hole in the Roof Commission said, well, look, you employees, we don't want you sick. Y'all quit working and we'll pay you. That way you won't be in there getting wet and getting sick. So, they had to do something else because that wasn't working too well. So they decided what they would do, we'll open up the doors, and what we'll do is we'll space all the tables and chairs in the restaurant all out around the perimeter of the hole in the roof. And that way, people will get wet, but it'll just be kind of splashing on them, and, they won't get extremely wet. So, and that way they'll be kind of social distance from each other, and one person won't get another person wet. And well, what about getting them to the table? I know what we'll do. We'll give them umbrellas when they walk in, and that way they can walk to their table with an umbrella, and then once they get to their table, they'll be kind of out of the way of the main water coming through the hole in the roof, and they can shut the umbrella, and maybe that'll help. And it wasn't a real good solution to the problem. So they hired the Hole in the Roof Commission, hired the highest ranked hole in the roof expert. Her name was Dr. Bebra Dirks, to research and find a solution to this hole in the roof problem. So she started looking, and she found a company that had this little black box hole in the roof fixer. And you could take this little black box and put it into any place that had a hole in the roof, plug it in, and in 3.5 minutes, it patched the hole in the roof. There was no more rain coming in. Well, she got excited about that. She took that back to the Hole in the Roof Commission and said, I got the solution. They said, you cannot tell a soul about this. Well, why not? We have people that are making billions of dollars because of that hole in the roof, and we want to keep those holes in the roof. What we're going to do is we're going to tell everybody about the hole in the roof that we're going to take care of it. We're going to give them bigger buckets. We're going to give them bigger towels that they can wipe and dry things off with, and bigger umbrellas. So now they've got protection from the hole in the roof. Well, that woman, Dr. Bebra Dirks, got so frustrated. She actually left the Hole in the Roof Commission, and she actually went over to that company and joined them so she could start telling people about this little black box that would fix the hole in the roof. Well, the typhoon of 2020 and 2021 started abating a little bit, and you and everyone else started walking up there. Business people, restaurant owners, would look up and go, well, gosh dog, it's not raining quite as hard now. Yeah, we got these bigger buckets from the Hole in the Roof Commission, and bigger umbrellas. And then all of a sudden the sun came out, and gosh, you could walk up there and look up and see the sun. The problem has been solved. Look, it's now a skylight. And you still have a hole in your roof. You all do. This is Dwayne King. project air coordinator for health promotion. As ridiculous as this sounds, you still have a hole in your roof. Thank you for listening.